All right, this is module number 6, lesson 1. This is module 6, lesson 1. All right, in this module, we're going to cover some pretty cool stuff. We're going to go over starting up a new project, and then we're going to add a new library called yfinance. We're going to create another function like we did last time, and we're going to work off of the database that we just did in the previous lesson. So to do that, we're going to start with our copy of our code. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab the module 6 demo start. I'm going to open up PyCharm. I'm going to just put it in. I'm going to show you how to clone again, right? So lots of practice. We're going to clone it, and I'm going to call it CBIS 4210 mod 6 Marshall demo. All right, I'm going to clone that. I'm going to trust that project. It's going to do its thing. I'll drag it over here so we can see it. All right. Make sure we can see this whole thing. Okay, I'm going to make it fill up so we got it. Okay, looks like we're good to go. All right, it does not have an interpreter yet. It does not have a venv folder, so we're going to do both of those. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to add a new local interpreter. Let's just make sure it's in the right one. Python, and that is perfect. Click OK, and it's going to make that. It's going to make that for us. So right off the bat, what I want to do is go in and do a pip install -r requirements. So it install everything that we need, all of the Flask and everything that we need. Okay. All right. So we have that part done. Now, this is the cool part. I'm going to close this application. Okay. I'm just going to close it. It's gone. Now I'm going to open up File Explorer, go to my Python projects, and I'm going to go into my Module 5 demo. From here, I'm going to open up App, Blueprints. I'm going to grab my 3 files. Okay. Go back to Python projects and go to 6, and I'm going to paste those 3 files right in here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back to Module 5, Apps, Static, and I'm going to grab the account, base, tickers, transactions, even index. I changed that one. Okay. And I'm going to come back over Python projects, go to 6, App, and in my templates, I'm going to paste those right in, replacing the files that are in there. Okay. Now, that's going to basically stop me from having to redo all the work that we did from 5. Okay. I don't want to put it out on 6 as a public repository, because then people can take those files and just finish 5. Okay. So instead, I want you just to grab your files and put them out there. Okay. All right. So we still need to make some changes, right? So if we go back to Module 5, we can go and grab the database one. That's kind of a nice one. It just has the database structure. Okay. So we could paste that in and replace it. That's kind of nice. And then in here, we could grab the old init file that we made some adjustments to. Okay. So we can grab that one and then put that in 6 also. All right. And we can replace that one. All right. Now, when we go back to PyCharm, okay, it's going to see all those files. It'll see them all and see how they're, okay, well, we don't need that open, but it will see that they're all there, okay? And it doesn't look like it's wanting to send them up to our GitHub. So what we'll do is we'll come up here, which I forgot to do, go to Manage Remotes, and we're going to get rid of that remote, okay? And then we're going to come up here to get GitHub Share Project, and this one's going to be called that. I'm going to keep it private. Okay. And it pushes it all up. Guess what's not pushed up? All these ones in red. So I'm going to right click on it I'm going to go to Get. I'm going to click Add. And then it's going to change to green. Right click, go to Get, click Add. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing like so. Right click. Oh, I'm just going to do that whole thing. Right click, down to Get, click Add. All right. And then this also. Right click, Get, and click Add. All right, that puts it all out there. Now I'm going to come over here, click it. I'm going to say first time, commit and push. Now it's going to send them all, it'll send all those files up there. Okay. Now this will essentially work, but now we need to work on our WordPress, our workbench. Okay. So our workbench, which we have here, okay, has all of our stuff on it, and we need to get all of our stuff. It was this big file. I don't think the file is here. I think that file was on my computer. I'm gonna go find it. Actually, we'll just do it. I'll show you all again. Okay. I'm gonna click up here on Server Data Export. Okay, and I'm gonna say Export again, and it is gonna run it again, and it should have put it inside my desktop. Okay, so I'm gonna come back here and click on. Bring it over here. Click on Desktop. And see if I can't find. All right, there's the file that we need. Okay, and it just has the tables. All right, and the files that we need. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Heroku. All right, so we'll go to Heroku and we'll create a new app. This app is going to be called CBIS 4210 and Module 6 Marshall Demo. All right, I'm going to create that app. Go to Resources. I'm going to create the JAWS DB with MySQL. Make it free. Let it finish its little thing. While it's doing that, I'm going to go to Deploy, GitHub, Marshall, do a search for it, and it will have 6 demo right here. I'm going to connect that in, come all the way down, enable auto deploy, and deploy the branch now. It's not going to work, but at least it's trying. All right, go over here to Resources. That's done. I'm going to click on that. And then I should be able to come in here and start working on it. So I'm going to go to my workbench, and I'm going to go back to the home. I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it right into the workbench. So you know what I'm going to do to try to make this a little bit faster? Paste it in there, and I'm also going to come right over and open my DB Connect and paste it in there also. So we just have to paste it once. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go and grab it again. I'm going to grab the username, and I'm going to come here, username, and PyCharm username. 2 birds with 1 stone. It's kind of aggressive. All right. Come over here and do password and PyCharm and workbench. Where are you at, workbench? And store it in the vault. Click OK. And lastly is the database. And we'll copy that into the database here. Looks good. And we'll go back to workbench, put it in the database, and do a test connection. That made it. And I'm going to click OK. Improper name. Come on, I got to put something. All right, so mod 6 demo. That's funny. All right, so I'm going to open up mod 6 demo. Meanwhile, I've got mod 5 demo over here. I can technically close mod 5 demo because I have that SQL statement already in that notepad document. So I'm I'm going to grab that notepad document. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to come down here, and the first thing I'm going to do is just grab all the way to the first semicolon. Okay. And I'm going to come over here, go into there. In this, I'm just going to click, and I'm going to say go, and it's going to tell me if it ran right. Error, table accounts already exists. Refresh the table. I ran it twice. There it is. All right, that's our table. It ran great. All right, now I'm going to come back over to the document, and I'm going to insert. So I'm going to come over here, go all the way to the end, come over here, highlight, paste, run. It worked great. Now I'm going to come over here and grab the tickers and highlight, paste, run. That worked great. Now I'm going to come down and actually grab the tickers all the way down to here. Highlight, paste, run. That put all 20 of those in. And then I'm going to come over here and grab the transactions. Notice how I'm doing it in order because this one actually has constraints on it. See these constraints? There's actually constraints on this last one. So if you try to do the transaction one first, it will fail. But this worked, okay? And then we can come down and put the transactions in. And run it. And all those are put in. So if I come over here and refresh this page, I will see my tickers. And I will see my transactions. And if I click on transactions and foreign keys, I can see my 2 foreign keys. All right, so our database is working. Okay, we can close this one too. And we can just do our test app real quick. So Python app.py. It says no module named app functions. All right, so let's go look at that. So we come up here. Close that. Oh, we are literally missing our one called functions, okay? And it needs it, okay? So if I go back to our Python project, okay, because it literally is saying you have one called app functions. And remember, in 5, we did that, right? So if I go back to 5 and go to my apps and go to functions right here, and I think routes too. We made a change to routes. So let's grab both of those. And we'll go back here, go to 6, and open up app, paste it in, and replace both those. All right, now we should be able to just close that and hit the up arrow. And it runs. And it looks like it's working. It's grabbing all the stuff out of there. Okay. So that works. Very good. Now we can push it to, so we come over here and we take our changes for our DB Connect and our routes, and we can call it second time, click commit and push, come over here and go back to Heroku activity, and it should start to push out. So this has taken about 15 minutes to get this project set up. To get it all set up. Well, 14 minutes to get everything set up and working, having a new database, moving all the stuff over, creating all the blueprints that we're going to need. Okay. All right. So now let's get started on this project. For this next project, what we're going to do, we are going to, this is going to be fun. Oh, I didn't put this. It's not going to work. I have to add that too. This one was red. So let me send that up. It's going to have to build all over again. That's okay. While it's doing that, we'll start working on our tickers. Okay, in tickers, we're going to come down here to the bottom. And, oh, let's do this first, okay? So we're going to do a I can open up a new terminal. This terminal can keep running in the background. I'm going to open up a new terminal, and I'm going to go pip install yfinance. Make sure we spell it right, yfinance. And it should go out. It'll grab everything we need for yfinance. It's actually kind of a big one. So it'll grab everything and it'll put everything in. Now, what do we do after we grab and put a new thing in? We always do a pip freeze. Okay? So the very first thing we do now is pip freeze and put it in requirements document. Okay? And it's going to make that requirements document much bigger. Okay? So it added yfinance and everything else that it needed for yfinance. All right? So we have that. Now, in our tickers, we're going to use that, right? So I'm going to go pound. I want to use yfinance to get the latest stock price from a ticker symbol, then update the ticker database. That sounds like pretty fun. We don't need that, so we'll just call it def get stock price, and we're going to pass in ticker symbol. And where are we going to get ticker symbol from? We're going to get ticker symbol up here, but let's make a new route. I like this idea. So we'll make a new route, okay? So this new routes always look like this, okay? We're going to go at tickers dot route, and then it's going to be update all tickers. I like it. Then it will be, let's go back, def update all tickers, and then let's just take a look. Okay, so let's see what it does. So I'm just guessing, okay, but tickers route update all tickers. So if I go to update all tickers, first thing it's do is create a connection, create a cursor, then it's going to go out and it's going to grab all the tickers, put them into all tickers. Then it's going to loop through there. It's going to go through this, and it's going to grab the ticker symbol. So ticker symbol. And then it's going to get stock price and pass it in. And it's going to put the current price back over here. And it's going to update the ticker, set current price, where ticker symbol, current. That's perfect. Okay. It's going to do it for all the tickers whenever we call this update all tickers. Okay. And then it's going to return back to tickers. So I don't even think, I'm like, I don't think we need it, but we do. Okay. Here we need to go out and hit the yfinance library and get it. Okay. So to do that, we will come up here. Actually, let's come up here and do from yfinance import ticker. I don't know what that does. I don't know what ticker is, but that's okay. Maybe ticker will pop. There it is right there. ticker. If it's that easy, how fun would that be? All right. Well, shoot, I thought this was going to be a hard one. Let's just see if that works. Ticker, I imported ticker. We grab the symbol, pass it in, put it over here, and then return the ticker history period, the close. This might work. So let's run this app. It's already running. So we'll come over here and run the app. And if I go to tickers, okay, we'll look at this price. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this, right? So we'll see if it updates any of the prices. Okay. So we took a screenshot. And now I'm just going to go to update ticker. Let's just double check that we got it right. We called it, what was our URL? Here, update all tickers. I'm going to copy that and just paste it in. All right. So we go back here, update all tickers. Hit enter, and it says it's not found. The requested URL was not found. Update all tickers. That's because this method right here is only for post. If a post is, it's being called from a button click. All right, let's fix that. So we're going to come in here to this, and here's our buttons. Add new ticker. Let's add a new button. Okay, and notice here it's get tickers. Okay, so I'm going to hit tab and URL tickers, get tickers, refresh. Refresh is a good one. And let's close that button up like so. But it's not tickers, it's get all tickers. Update all tickers. Windows location. All right, let's see if that works. So we come back over here, hit the back arrow, refresh that page, and say refresh. It says method not allowed. All right, so let's start troubleshooting this, and I'll let you know what. So I'm sure some of you are going to have this same problem, and apparently it's a 405 method not allowed. Okay, and I'm just kind of winging it, trusting Copilot. Okay, so instead, let's do this methodically. First thing we do, we come down to our database, copy it, and we're going to give it to chat. Okay, we'll come over here and we tell it this is our database structure, just so it knows, and it gets all the tables right and everything else right. Okay, should be pretty easy. Then we're going to give it our tickers.html page. Okay, so we just say, here is the tickers.html page. Paste it in. And it's going to tell us everything looks fine, because it does. Okay. Clarity on the outcomes. Yeah, that's just from messages. Everything looks perfectly fine. You do not have to make any changes. Right now, we're just telling it stuff. Okay. Now we come in here, grab our tickers, and paste that in. Okay. This is the tickers.py blueprint. I need to pass into the, I want to update the tickers from the refresh button. I'm going to paste that in. All right, now let's take a look and see what changes. So this didn't get changed. It should have gotten changed. Okay, let's see if it's all the way down. Okay. And then this looks good. Okay. The get stock price, they made some changes to it. Okay. And then ticker route, update all tickers. It looks like they made some changes to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy from here. Whoa, way too much. So from here down to there, and I'm going to replace it. Update all tickers. I don't like to just replace things like that, but it knows better now. So we'll see if that simple thing fixed it. So I'm going to come back over here. Go back here, hit backspace, refresh that page. It's still 41287. Hit refresh. Now I can tell it I just got a method not allowed. Okay. So we can come down here and it will say, modify the HTML form. All right, so we come up here and look and see if it says, change the route to accept GET requests. So I told you it had something to do with this. Since clicking a button without a form typically sends a GET request, this simple fix is to change route to accept the GET and POST requests. So we can either just add GET here, or we can convert that form to a button. I think we should just add GET. Let's just try that and see if that fixes it. I think that might make it real easy. So come back over here, and on this route here, update all tickers, really it's just adding that. So if I just do that, it just adds the word GET. Okay. And let's just see if that fixes it, because it should fix it pretty easy. Okay. I'm going to hit the back button, and notice it still says, so I'm going to refresh right here just to be sure, 412.87, hit refresh. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's still thinking, and it just fixed that first one. Did it fix all of them? Which is why we bring over our code like this, and we can see if it fixed them. So the first one, 412 is 414. 209 is 206, 352, 339. Well, it fixed them all. It went through all of them and updated them all the way through. So it looped through and did all of them. Okay. So in this module, we added that function that went through. It's kind of weird that it didn't update this one, USD Bitcoin. If I hit refresh again, give it a second, it updated and it updated them again and went up again. Okay. Now, if we go to transactions, this price should have changed based off of price paid. No. Okay. Now, this is the cool part. This is the total portfolio value is what it costs us. But now it has a different value. If you come over here to tickers, these prices are different. So what we should do is we should say, add to it what the current value is, not total cost. Okay. So right now it's just summing up the total costs. Okay. So I want to go back to my PyCharm. I want to go to that function. And that has my price paid. We don't want price paid. We want tickers. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. And this is actually not really, this is not portfolio value. This is portfolio cost. So we're going to call it cost. That's what our portfolio cost us. And it's going to be cost result. And it's going to return cost result. Total portfolio value as total portfolio cost. I'm going to put that down here as cost. Okay. So this is all about cost. Okay. Now I want to do another one. That's do another one based off the current ticker price in the ticker table and the current and the quantity in the transactions table. Def get portfolio value. Okay, and now we come over here and let's look, and it's current price from ticker. So it changed it. Okay, I'm going to hit tab. So now it grabs it as total portfolio and it's called value result, and this is called cost result. Perfect. Okay, now we can use it. So now I can go back to my routes. And I think that was in, let's look for, oh, it was in the routes here. Okay. And we can say this right here is get value. We can say total portfolio costs is equal get portfolio costs. And we can use that. Oh, we need to import it up here too. So we can use it. And we want to use it here. So I'm going to hit enter, comma, enter, costs. Perfect. All right. So now we got both of those. We're calling both of those on the index page, and we're going to send it in. Now, the cool part, I can also do the change is equal to the value minus the cost. Okay. And we can send in the change too. All right. So we can send in the change. Now, on our index page, okay, we can come over here. Actually, I'm going to take my routes. I'm going to copy that. See, this is almost getting big enough where I want to put it in its own thing, but that's okay. Here is the index route on my routes.py file, and I just want to give it to it so it knows. Okay. All right, so it knows, and it's doing some exceptions in case that it has a weird value, right? But now I can give it this file, and I can tell it on the index.html file, we are going to use it like a dashboard. Put the current costs and current value and the difference on the page. And I'm going to give it that page, and it should give me a new page. And it looks like it's doing it with some cards, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to copy that code, and let's just see if it works. Okay. I'm going to come over here, paste it right in, make sure I extended it, and we'll come back and look at everything and see how our home page looks. Oh, we don't actually ever put that in there. All right. So it looks like since yesterday, our total value is here, our cost is here, and our change is here. If I go to tickers and I hit refresh and let it do its thing, I can go back to the home page and it's changed. Okay. These numbers are different. Maybe. Okay. Now I want to go into base and I want to make that one fix. So in base, I'm going to set this button here instead of / I'm just going to set it to, actually, I'm just going to grab this. I don't really like doing just a / I really like putting Jenga in there, and I'm just going to call it index. All right, and then let's see if that works before we send it up. So if I click this, it did not work. Yes, that did work. Okay,